Once a year, lesbian, gay, transgender and transsexual people celebrate the way they are in public. It's loud, colourful and raucous. But many gay people face intimidation or worse, and too many other people don't seem to care.
I think that the society doesn't want to act as they should act against homophobic and homo hate.
So forget the razzmatazz and the exuberance. Around 1 in 4 LGBT people have suffered aggression. Almost half have faced discrimination. In today's EU, homophobia is real. It's the one day when lesbian, gay, transgender and transsexual people can be themselves. The Gay Pride March means they can parade their sexuality without fear. But the rest of the year, it's not like this. Most hide their sexual orientation from others. 1 in 5 claims to have suffered discrimination at work, and 26% have suffered abuse, physical or verbal, from strangers.
They weren't yet shouting, but I was going into that direction. But yeah, I had friends of mine being physically harassed. They were punched. They punched them. So yeah, it's just not very pleasant.
I and other friends, they have screamed to us because you're lesbian or gay, not really a fight, but screaming.
A gay French choir entertains the crowds. In fact, there's little that's harmonious about the lives of many gay people, which is why, for the parents of gay youngsters, gay bashing, as it's known, is a serious concern.
As parents, we are very scared every time they go on the streets. It's a worry for us. Will they be safe? Because there's a lot of bashing now.
Campaigners against homophobia have won some battles. With a phone app designed by this man, victims can log every act of aggression and where it happened. Since it became operational in early 2012, there have been more than 500 cases in Belgium alone.
It goes from shouting to people spitting at you, to people throwing things at you, to people pushing you against the wall, people throwing you against the floor, or actually seriously beating you up.
Half the cases reported through Bert's app occurred in Brussels, where the authorities are making a serious attempt to combat it.
The Brussels Commune has started to give out fines whenever they hear any homophobic slander or there are witnesses to it. Then they can get fines to up to 250 euros. And up till now, since 2013, they had an average of 4 fines per day.
These two men, together for 30 years, married since last year, have to remain anonymous for their own safety. Their quiet life has been ruined by a neighbour who moved in 5 years ago and instantly began to harass them.
Spitting, a lot of spitting, calling names, dirty gay, you have to die, I suppose you have AIDS. He hit me in the face, and just before he put a drill 2 centimeters from my head, saying, "You dirty gay man, you have to leave, or otherwise I put a hole in your head."
Homophobic acts are against national law as well as the European Charter of Fundamental Rights, and MEPs have asked the Commission for a roadmap towards a Europe-wide standard of protection for LGBT people, so far without success. MEPs are aware that homophobic incidents are more common than many realise.
People do not go to the police to report this type of attacks because they don't trust the police, they don't think that the police is prepared to accept this type of complaints.
But according to the campaign group ILGA, the way in which existing laws are applied vary from country to country. In some parts of the EU, being gay is not only disadvantageous but positively dangerous. ILGA claims that changes to EU law are not what's needed.
There's something a lot more basic and in a way more important, which is to show political leadership in Europe by affirming that any form of discrimination and against LGBT people is just absolutely unacceptable, and actually to show the way as to what equality and full respect means, and that is not happening at all at the EU at the moment.
According to a report from the EU Agency for Fundamental Rights, most LGBT people feel they cannot be who they really are most of the time, in schools, colleges, the workplace or socially, and homophobic attacks are still happening.
This is a result of homophobia. They shoot with a foot in my teeth.
The Gay Pride March attracted a lot of spectators who are not gay. There's clearly an educational job to do, but some young people at least seem at ease with an issue that's not going to go away.
J'ai un problème avec l'homophobie. C'est une hétéro, elle adore les homos. Je suis hétéro, tous mes amis sont gays, on me traite toujours de lesbienne, j'en ai marre. Mes amis ils sont gays, moi je suis pour eux parce que c'est les meilleurs gars.
I think if you start to worry, you know, you don't let your head down low. You just go out there, chin up, and, you know, because we are here to stay and people just have to get used to it. And we're not going to solve the problem with just hiding and being afraid. Like, other people have to change. We don't have to change.